Good afternoon, everyone. It's a little bit late right now to get started with the vlog, but we're gonna start nonetheless. So last night was a little disappointing. We got to the anmitsu place and unfortunately they had just closed. So we weren't able to
pulling down
just as we got there. So
shield.
It was a little late anyway, so we headed back towards Ikebukuro with our apartment, and we stopped by at a kaiten sushi restaurant, which actually ended up being really delicious. We were just able to squeeze ourselves in while they were a little crowded, but the sushi there was quite delicious.
Nice man scooted over for us.
Yeah, that's true. That's one thing about Japan is Japanese people are extremely polite. This
guy,
guy,
that was just kind.
yeah, this guy really, he didn't have to move. He could have stayed comfortably where he was because he was already in the middle of his meal, but he decided to move over for us, so we were very thankful for that. And today is already off to a better start than yesterday because we had a nice, filling, delicious lunch here at Koko Ichibanya, which is a curry restaurant. It's actually a chain here in Japan. You can find them pretty much everywhere, and the curry here is really, really delicious. But we're actually right down the road.
We didn't get super spicy.
Oh yeah, we didn't want to have a repeat of when we went to Kikambo, so we just got it's still a little spicy, but not anything overbearing for sure. So we're actually right down the road right now from Hatsune, the anmitsu place. So we are going to walk down the street for about 5 minutes and see if they're actually open this time. And hopefully we'll get some anmitsu today. And then later this evening, I'll be splitting off from the group because I have an event from Airbnb today with a photographer here in Tokyo. We're going on a photo walk in Shibuya and Shinjuku, I believe. So we'll meet up with him later and we'll see what we get into for the rest of the day. All right, so we walked down a little bit to come here to Hatsune, which is right behind us here. Cool. So this is a restaurant that Lisa and I went to last year when we were in Japan. We actually were here with Deanna, I believe, and I think we might have come back a second time. I don't remember. We had an anmitsu a lot on that last trip. Anmitsu is definitely my favorite dessert. I think it was your favorite dessert too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. It's basically some like agar jelly, which is made out of seaweed, and then they put in some dried peas, some fruits, and they give you this a choice of either a white syrup or a dark syrup here, and basically it all comes together and it's just like, it's really good. It's not overly sweet or anything, it's perfection in a bowl. So we're going to head over to Akihabara, I believe, after we do a little bit of shopping in this area first. That way we're sort of making our way back towards Ikebukuro so I can go to the apartment to get my stuff before heading out to do some photography from my Airbnb experience. So we'll see you guys in Akihabara.
Look, no crosswalk. We are currently standing in the middle of the street.
In Akihabara, apparently something's happening today, but they have all of the roads blocked off so cars can't come through. But so Akihabara is like the anime and electronics sort of capital of Japan. So we're just doing a little shopping and exploring around. We've been to this area several times, but it's just odd being able.
Just kidding, there's no car, Mom.
Yeah, we don't really know what's going on as far as is there an event or something, but we're gonna just sort of walk down the street, see what there is to see, and shop where there is to shop. So we'll see you guys a little later. Alright guys, we're still here in Akihabara and we have an interesting development. So one of our favorite chains that we go to is Book Off, And
Go, afu.
and while we were here last year, we found out that there's another store from the same chain. It's called
Dog distraction. Back to business.
We found that there was another store from the same chain, but it's called Hard Off, and they specialize in electronics. And while we were there, we got 2 Instax cameras. They were only $37, so they were super cheap. Hopefully they work because they are used, but we're gonna try them out right now. And then we're heading to the train in order to meet up with Pac for the photo walk that we have over in Shibuya and Shinjuku. So let's load these up. I have no idea what I'm doing. Oops.
Making a mess. Littering.
I got it.
You got it. Snap.
All right, we're doing the first shot here with Lisa in the middle of this. Oh, the train's in the background, Lisa. Smile.
Where's it come from? It's not going. Did you mess up? Don't open it.
Wait, it didn't come out. It's broken.
It is blinking red. Maybe you should have read the directions. It recommends flash. Oh no, it moved again. Now it's gonna be crazy looking because you've exposed it twice and taken 2 pictures with it.
All right, everybody. So we made a quick pit stop here in Ikebukuro so I can come back to the apartment in order to get my camera bag. Now I have my tripod and all my other lenses with me, so that way I can head over to Shibuya Station where I'm meeting a guy named Pac. He's going to be my guide for this photo walk that we're doing in Shibuya and in Shinjuku. So I'm really excited to meet him and go on this photo walk. Now you might have seen while we were in Akihabara with our new Instax cameras, I went through a couple technical difficulties and the camera wasn't working, which I thought might happen because it was a used camera from Hard Off. It was only $30, but it does look like I was able to get it to work. So I think the first picture was just a little fluke, but I'm really excited to have an Instax camera, play around with that. It's just something fun to mess around with, especially while we're here on vacation. So I'm gonna be shooting with that for the next couple of days before we head back home. But we're gonna go meet Pac now at Shibuya, and we'll see what we get into for this photo walk. So I'll see you guys in just a minute. Hello everyone. So we're here in Shibuya right now. This is Pac. He's my guide for today for the photo walk. So he says today we're going to Shibuya and then Shinjuku for a little bit, and then just sort of wandering around and see what's all going on. So do you want to say anything about yourself? Or he likes to take pictures here in Tokyo. You can follow him on Instagram for sure.
My Instagram is Tokyo-scape.
Yep, so I'll put that down below as well so you can follow him. He has awesome pictures. Your pictures are really good. So all right, so we're going to take some pictures while we walk around, and then I'll catch up with you guys afterwards. All right, everybody. So we walked around a lot of Shinjuku and a little bit of Shibuya as well to get some photos. So thank you, Pac, for taking me around today. I really appreciate it. Do be sure to check out his Instagram again. I'm going to put it down here below so you can check it out. He has some really awesome pictures. He showed me some really cool spots. So thank you very much again. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, absolutely. So also, if you guys are ever in Tokyo and you want to have a guide to sort of take you to some really cool photo spots, Pac here's on Airbnb as well. So if he's available when you're in town, definitely check it out. It was a great experience and I really enjoyed myself. Thank you. All right. I don't know what I'm going to get into after this, so I'm going to check in with Lisa and Becca and then we'll see what we do later tonight. Good morning, everybody. So as you can tell, it's quite rainy today. This is actually the first time in a little while that we've actually had a pretty heavy, full rain. We would get little drizzles here and there, but we've been to Japan 3 times now at this point, and today marks the first day we've ever felt a full-on earthquake. And it wasn't too big really, but we noticed it. We're like, what's happening? But we're all okay. So it's like the timing is honestly a little ironic because when I was wandering around yesterday with Pac while we were doing the photo walk, he was actually talking about how often Japan gets earthquakes, and he said usually they're pretty small and you don't really notice them, but sometimes there are bigger ones and they get those pretty often still, but this is the first time that we felt one, so now we get to check that off of our list. But we're on our way now to get breakfast before heading over to a workshop from Airbnb where we're going to be making fake food today. So we're going to find food and we'll catch up with you back in Ueno when we get to our workshop. Hello everybody. So we have finished up our Airbnb experience of making fake food with Mika-san. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot more fun than I expected personally. I didn't think it was going to be no fun. I was like, why are we making fake food? Why can't we make real food or something? But it was awesome. It was really fun. We got to make really tasty looking sushis. And then afterwards, she gave us some plates of Oreos. And she says, oh, be careful. I hope you don't die. And we're like, And then Becca goes to eat one, and then she's like, no, no, no. And then Becca turned out to have eaten some fake Oreos.
She did. Well, the rest of them were real. Becca just found the one fake one.
The one fake one.
Shoved it in her mouth like a savage.
Yep. So it was a lot of fun though. So if you're in Tokyo and you're looking for something to do, that's an experience that I would recommend as well, just because it's something that's unique. You're not going to really be able to do that anywhere else, really. We are now heading back to our apartment real quick to drop off our fake food so we don't end up ruining it. We're going to then head to a town called Shimokitazawa and do a little bit of shopping and exploring there. So we'll catch you guys over there. All right, everyone, so quick update. We're in our apartment right now, getting ready to head out for lunch. But Becca and I are gonna be wandering around with just these Instax cameras. I'm not gonna be bringing my main camera or anything anymore for the rest of the day just because of the rain. So I also won't have my microphone, so if the audio's a little awkward when we do any of these vlog segments, it's because I'm just using the onboard mic for the Osmo Pocket. So are you ready for lunch? Mm-hmm. All right, we're gonna go get lunch. We'll see you guys over there. And then after that, we're heading to Shimokitazawa for some shopping. So we just left the apartment, and I have to say one of the craziest things about coming to Japan, especially in June during the rainy season, is just how erratic the weather can be. When we first left to go to the workshop today, it was raining a little bit. It wasn't too bad. Then when we left the workshop, it stopped raining for a little bit, and it started drizzling just as we got to the train station. We get off the train about 20 minutes later, and it's pouring rain. We hang out in our apartment for just a couple minutes to go get settled in, get all of our stuff dropped off, and now we're back outside, and it's actually sunny outside. There's actually not very many clouds up either right now. It's a little ridiculous. So that's definitely something to plan for if you're ever planning on visiting Japan, and especially in the middle of June like we are. So we're on our way to go get some sushi for lunch. As I said before, I'm just going to be shooting with my Instax today. So we'll see how that goes, but we'll catch you guys after we get some lunch. All right, everybody, so we are here in Shimokitazawa. Lisa and I were here last year, and it's sort of an eclectic shopping district area. There's a lot of secondhand stores here, a lot of clothing and trinket stores that just had things for sale a little bit cheaper than everywhere else, like in Shinjuku or Shibuya or Harajuku. So we enjoyed coming here last year, so this time we figured we'd bring Becca with us since she wanted to go trinket shopping as well. And we'll see what we're able to find. Hopefully we come up with some treasures, but we'll see as we shop around here in Shimokitazawa. Good evening, everybody. So we are back here in our apartment in Ikebukuro. We had a pretty relaxing evening. So we went to Shimokitazawa where we did a little bit of shopping. We had a little bit of trouble finding some of the stores we were looking for, but we ended up finding it. And Lisa and Becca did a little bit of shopping there. So then after that, we headed back over to Shinjuku where Lisa and Becca were kind enough to let me go to a cocktail bar, which is something that I hadn't really had time to do yet. Last time when we were here in Japan, I went to a couple of different cocktail bars while Lisa was sick, and I enjoyed all of the drinks a lot. They were really delicious, and the bar that we went to today was no exception. I had originally tried to go to bar Ben Vidic, which is supposed to be one of the top bars here in Tokyo, but unfortunately the owner was out for a couple of days. But he does own a second bar that was still in operation downstairs a couple floors called Bar BNF. So we went there and I had a couple of drinks, and as expected, all of the drinks there were delicious also. So then after that, we wandered around a little bit in Shinjuku still. We actually went back to one of the areas that Packet showed me where there's a lot of small little restaurants to eat skewers and hot pot and things like that. We stopped by at one of the little stalls to get a couple of skewers, and then we headed back here to the apartment. So that's going to be it for this evening. Tomorrow will be our last full day here in Tokyo. So we're going to rest up so we can wake up early and see if we can get a nice full day of activities tomorrow. So we'll catch you guys in the morning. Anmitsu is definitely my favorite dessert in Japan.
It hits you in the right spot.
Oh my god.
Kidding.
I think it was your favorite dessert.
What? Chris got an Instax camera? Why, Amanda? Why?
It was super cheap. It was irresistible. I got one too. Mine's pink.
Okay, we gotta show them both.